Hi, I'm Jessie Arora, and I am the author of The Spirituality of Knowing Oneself. So, this book is really based on how far I had gone from my sovereignty, understanding myself, and knowing myself because of the way I was brought up in a culture that takes away all agency from children. So, the spirituality of knowing oneself comes from my own particular journey of not knowing myself at all, from being brought up with parents that are coming from a totally different culture, a totally different country, and they were in survival mode. They really just needed to get the job done as opposed to nurture a child and let them grow into the best version of themselves. So, in this survival mode, I never got to explore who I was, what I needed, what I wanted to do. 33 years later, I had found myself in relationships, in careers, and in situations where I made choices based on what I would consider rebellion. And that rebellion wasn't really who I was. So at that point, I started to almost decode who I was. And in that decoding, I came back to spirituality. I came back to God. I came back to love. And I came back to the essence of who I am and what I am. I think the reason why this story matters is because I'm not the only child of immigrant parents. I think that is something that is global. A lot of us are brought up as first generation children to immigrants, and those immigrant parents are stuck in colonial survival ways. And I think the more we share our stories, the more we'll realize how to regulate our nervous system so that we can also stop being in survival mode, so that we can begin to thrive and also get to know ourselves on a deeper level so that we can create more authentic and soul-fulfilling lives. I want my readers to ask, who am I and what am I? Beyond the ego-based attached identities. Can we strip away all of these identities that are based on the external, and can we come back to that internal light, that flame, that magic that lives within us, that allows us to experience our own unique perspective and our own unique essence and what we bring to life most authentically. I'm absolutely loving my writing journey so far. Deepika and the rest of the team are fabulous at helping me extract the story into words and sentences. Also, something that I've realized about the writing journey for myself is it doesn't just have to be writing. I can accompany it with creative prompts and exercises and artistic and creative asks. And then we couple the writing with these prompts and we get a more holistic approach to understanding oneself. Like a prompt would be, okay, how can you close your eyes, get your hands into something and allow yourself to feel connected to it? So it could be sand, it could be paint, it could be dough, it could be clay, it could be yarn. What is it that you can use as something tactile that allows you to feel something, remember something, but with your eyes closed? A belief that I am trying to change within my book is thinking that you are an identity that culture, society, and family gives to you. That is absolutely BS. We are so much more than what our family needs us to be, expects us to be, and wants us to be. We are so much more than what civilization has programmed us to be. And we are so much more than religiosity and Eurocentric spirituality as well. So my background started off in the arts, actually. I love photography and theater and fine arts. And I ended up graduating from the International Academy of Design in Toronto with a fashion degree. So I was all about expressionism through the arts. And I also did a minor in psychology at York University while I was there studying theater. So there was this early desire to understand humans and the mind, but also create and expressionism. And it's really interesting. I had left that journey very young, but somehow I came full circle right back to it, to acting, to expressionism, to art, and to psychology, all somehow just by forgetting where I was going and why I was going in that direction. And then for some sort of reason, remembering and coming right back to it, but in my own unique way, instead of the way that the institutions would want me to.